Hey everyone, and welcome back to the channel. We're so excited to have you here with us today. Today, we're diving into the fascinating and often hilarious world of English, but with a twist. We're going to explore how the same language can sound so different depending on where you are in the world. We're exploring how English sounds in different countries, focusing today on the UK, the US, and Australia. Buckle up, it's going to be a fun ride. You might be surprised at how much variety there is in the way we speak the same language. First up, let's talk about the classic word aluminum. Here in the US, that's exactly how we say it. It's a common word, especially in the kitchen, where we use aluminum foil for cooking and storage. But hop on over to the UK and you'll hear aluminium. Yes, they add an extra I just to spice things up. It's the same metal, but with a different twist in pronunciation. And down under in Australia, well, it's more like aluminium. They really stretch it out. It's fascinating how one word can have three distinct pronunciations. Next, let's tackle the word garage. In the US, it's pretty straightforward, right? Garage. It's where we park our cars and store our tools. But in the UK, it transforms into something so much more elegant. Garage. It almost sounds like a fancy place, doesn't it? And in Australia, they go with a more laid-back garage. It's casual and relaxed, just like the Aussie lifestyle. Now for all my coffee lovers, this one's important. Latte. Us Americans say latte. It's a staple in our coffee culture. The Brits, they prefer a more clipped latte. It's a bit more refined, fitting perfectly with their tea room settings. And the Aussies, well, they get right to the point with a quick lat. It's efficient and to the point, just like their approach to life. And here's a fun one, advertisement. The US version is a simple advertisement. We see these everywhere, from TV to billboards, across the ocean to the UK, and it suddenly becomes advertisement. Emphasis totally flipped. It's amazing how the stress on different syllables can change the whole feel of the word. Meanwhile, in Australia, it's more relaxed, kind of like advertisement. It's a blend of both the US and UK pronunciations. But it's not just about pronunciation. Even common words have different names. What we call a cell phone in the US turns into a mobile in the UK and remains pretty much the same down in Australia. It's interesting how technology terms can vary so much. And if you thought cookie was universal, think again. In the UK, it's more commonly a biscuit, which confusingly means something totally different in the US. In the US, a biscuit is a type of bread roll, often served with gravy. And in Australia, well, it depends on the type of cookie, but let's just stick with bicky for now. It's a cute and casual term that fits perfectly with the Aussie vibe. Lastly, let's end with something sweet. Dessert. We say it just like it's spelled in the US. It's the perfect way to end a meal. But in the UK, it's more like dessert. And in Australia, it's a bit rushed, sounding like dessert. It's a small difference, but it adds to the charm of each region. So, whether it's aluminum or aluminium, garage or garage, it's clear English takes on new life around the world. It's what makes this language so rich and hilariously confusing. The diversity in pronunciation and vocabulary is a testament to the cultural richness of each country. Oh, and let's not forget eraser. In the US, we call it an eraser, but in the UK, it's a rubber. Just be careful with that one. In the US, a rubber is something entirely different, so context is key. And in Australia, they also call it a rubber. It's another example of how the same word can have different meanings in different places. And how about pants? In the US, pants are what you wear on your legs, but in the UK, pants means underwear. They call what we call pants trousers. It's a good reminder to be careful with your words when traveling. In Australia, pants means the same as in the US. It's one of the few instances where the term is consistent across both countries. And then there's flashlight. In the US, we use flashlight, but in the UK, it's a torch. It's a small difference, but it can be confusing if you're not aware of it. In Australia, they also call it a torch. It's another example of how British influence has shaped Australian English. Thanks for tuning in, and don't forget to like, subscribe, and ring that bell for more fun comparisons. Comment your favorite mispronunciation, or let me know about other words that change dramatically across the globe. Catch you in the next one. Cheers, mates. It's always a pleasure to explore the quirks of language with you all. Until next time, keep laughing and learning.